What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Clutch EXE, and I'm here to talk about if C2 Nahida is be good for your Cyno. So let's get right into it. The first thing we're gonna have to talk about when we're talking about Nahida is Nahida's C1. So Nahida C1, what it basically does is Nahida's burst. It gives you a buff based on the type of elementals in your team. So we do know that one, your team's gonna have to have Nahida in it. So you'd basically be able to have a buff from a Hydro, an Electro, and a Pyro character in your team of 4. Nahida is gonna be one of your characters, so she is Dendro, so she can't get a buff from herself. So you basically, at C0, would be able to get a level 1 buff on all if you have one of each, or a level 2 buff and one level 1 buff at max. With this C1, you end up having a level 1 buff as your baseline. So if you have one of each character, you can get a level 2 buff on all of the elements. What the Pyro buff does is it gives you more attack. It gives you a lot more attack, like 25%, and then level 2 buff is like 40%. The Electro buff makes your intervals for her Tri-Karma, her skill, go off quicker. So instead of like, I think it's like 1.8 seconds, it will like, I think it's like at level 10, it's like a 0.4 seconds off. And then at level 2, level 10, it's like 0.6 seconds. And then the Hydro buff makes your burst stay up longer. Now, when it comes to Cyno, all 3 of these things are very effective. Having the Pyro buff, having more damage on Nahida's skill, we'll always accept that. You know, the Electro buff, that's more application of Nahida's Dendro, which Cyno would love, 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 love that. Get your Quicken Auras up, get the Hydro Aura off of the enemy, and more Electro Aura being put on means that, you know, they're staying quickened up, you're getting more aggravates, which is more damage for you. And the Hydro Aura staying up, you know, you're going to be in your Cyno for a long time. The burst keeping up longer with more ER for your Cyno, and you know, EM for your Cyno, and more EM is just more damage overall. We'll always accept more damage for your Cyno. So yeah, I think that C1 is definitely a little underrated, but it's perfect for Cyno. Now that C2, what that C2 does is basically allows your bloom reactions to crit, and it has 20% crit rate and 100% crit damage boost. So basically it doubles your hyper bloom damage every 5 times, which is, I mean, it's better than nothing. And on top of that, it lowers the enemy's defense when you get a quicken on them. It lowers it by 30%. Cyno will be able to be buffed by both of those things. Cyno can take advantage of both of those things. So that's something that Cyno actually has an advantage of when it comes to Nahida's constellations. Now, the only one downside that comes with Nahida's constellations is you'll be dealing, especially in Spiral Abyss content, you'll be dealing so much extra damage that you'll clear waves quicker, which means that you'll be fighting a lot of enemies without a Dendro, you know, a scanned with the Seed of Skanda, basically. So what that means is you'll have to stay in Cyno's form and be dealing damage to enemies just so you can get the energy particles to have his burst up again. And you'll want to stay in Cyno's burst long enough to get his burst back, so that, and then you'd want to switch into Nahida and then rescan the enemies so that you can switch back into Cyno after you know, pop your Yelan and you pop your other character. And then you'll want to start that wave of attacking again. But I think overall, if you're looking to vertically progress your Cyno's damage, that is going to be one of the best ways to do it outside of getting Cyno constellations. Realistically, Cyno, I would recommend only going up to really C2 if you aren't really planning on pulling any other characters and you're going to save your Primo Gems. You can keep pulling further. His C6 does look like a lot of fun, and it looks like it applies a lot of Electro, but you're going to want to also, if you're looking for just to increase Cyno's damage, especially damage that he does to boss enemies, that C2 on Nahida will deal wonders for you. I think that's one of the best C2s, not even just for Cyno, it's one of the best C2s that you can get on your account it's up there with Raiden C2. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Cyno C2 and Nahida C2, more specifically, sorry. Specifically, let me know if you'll be pulling for Nahida C2 and how good you think it is with Cyno himself. I think it's one of the best ways that you can vertically progress your Cyno, but also, if you don't have Nahida, just get Nahida C0. She is definitely one of the stronger characters to have on your account and to use with Cyno. I probably think that, you know, outside of maybe Baizu coming out, she's one of the characters who works the best with Cyno naturally. Her long skill up time, her burst, just everything is just perfect. There's only that one real weakness of clearing the enemy waves and then not really applying the dead application again after that. But I think it's just something about playing Cyno that you just have to accept. And it's not that bad, to be honest. So yeah, let me know what you think about Nahida C2. Make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Clutch EXE out.